Hello, YouTube. I'm probably headed for failure here, but I'm finally awake and functional, and my bus card expires tomorrow, so I'm attempting to go to the clinic to get it replaced. It's 4:40 p.m. Friday, February 4th, 2022. Just got done a little bit ago with meeting with Adam, oh my gosh, I forget what his title is. Job developer, I think. And so far everything is going great with Amazon, so I was all pleased to report that to him. He's still helping me recover my IDs, though. I have no idea what happened to my original Social Security card. That's been gone for quite a while. And currently, the local Social Security offices where you would go in and get a card, and I think I've covered this on other vlogs where I went by there and shown the sign that's sitting on the door, they're not open, not for walk-ins. So they have information on what to do to replace your Social Security card there, and it's kind of convoluted. And basically, what they want is you to mail in your ID, which is insanity. I'm not putting my driver's license in the physical mail and hoping it gets where it's going. And the other issue is that how am I supposed to function without my driver's license if I mail it out to Social Security? I don't know who at Social Security who thought that was a smart idea, but everybody needs their ID on them. Imagine I'm driving. I know it's hard to imagine that these days, but imagine I'm driving, and for whatever reason I get pulled over, and the officer asks to see my license, my registration, and my proof of insurance. And I hand him my proof of insurance and my registration, and then tell him, well, I'm sorry, I don't have my license on me. I had to mail it to Social Security to get a replacement Social Security card. Yeah, I don't see that going over well. I just don't. So, anyway, according to Adam, like the other option, and he advised against doing that too. I mean, it just, common sense tells you that that's a bad idea. He suggested that they will do appointments there, but you've got to make them over the phone. He said the last client he tried to do that with, I guess they only book these appointments. Okay, I need a sidewalk right here. This is ridiculous. So they only book appointments every 2 weeks out, and that when he got through, when he was trying to help them make a call, when he got through, they had the entire next 2 weeks booked out. So they said he would call back in 2 weeks. So I'm not very optimistic that this is going to work out well. But I do have the number. They close their phones down at 4, so I can't call it today. I'll try to remember to do that Monday morning. And hopefully I'm not too exhausted from mandatory overtime at Amazon. Actually, the mandatory overtime will probably help me to call them. I can't now. I forget whether they open. I really should have wrote those hours down. I forget whether they open their phone line at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. But when I'm working the mandatory overtime schedule, I get off at 6:30 and usually get home at around 8 a.m., maybe a little bit later. So that would be a good time to, as soon as I get home would be a good time to try and make that call. Speaking of Amazon, I finally got my first pay, first payment, which is honestly, it was a lot larger than I expected it being. Kind of weird. Like I've got direct. I don't know that I've ever got direct. Speaking of Amazon, look, there's the truck. I don't know that I've ever got a direct deposit from an employer before. And just to clarify, employer where I've got an employee-employer relationship. Now, I've had several different contractor positions where I've received direct deposits. I mean, shit, that's how it was with Lime. And there was a time where Lime did like daily deposits, which was great. I mean, it was awesome watching my, bank account balance grow every day. And Social Security did direct deposits. eBay does direct deposits, which I'm not fond of. Used to be eBay put everything, with eBay, I just did everything through PayPal. And then whenever I felt I needed some cash from that, I'd do a transfer from eBay, from PayPal, do a transfer from PayPal. And it was nice. I honestly liked just maintaining a balance in my PayPal account. It was convenient. Since eBay has changed the way they do their payments, and I feel like this was quite a few months ago, probably 6 months ago, maybe longer. Since eBay changed the way they do their payments, I hardly ever have a balance in my PayPal, and that kind of sucks. Anyway, so the pay was more than I expected it was going to be, but it's been a really, really long time since I've had a job where I'm an employee. Generally I've always been as a cab driver thing, you're not actually, or maybe you don't know, most people don't know, to be honest. You're not actually an employee. Generally speaking, the way that works is you lease the cab from the cab company, and you pay for your own gas and most of your other expenses, and then whatever you have left on top of that, that's your profit. That's your pay. You're self-employed as a cab driver. My last go around with VIP Taxi, it seemed like every other document was a signed document acknowledging that you understand that. Because apparently a lot of people, wait, I'm an employee, why don't I get insurance? What are my benefits? Your benefit is you get to drive this fabulous Prius around. Shut the fuck up. There's working for Apps Lime, that was completely independent contractor status there. My karaoke stuff, shit, that's 90. I've had a couple where I've actually been paid by checks, but it's never been a paycheck. They're paying me just as they would any other vendor. And in most cases, it's been cash. So anyway, what I'm trying to get to with all this is I have no idea what I just saw my deposit in my bank account. I'm sure it's somewhere in the Amazon A to Z app, like a digital pay stub. But in the past, when I've been an employee, there's always a pay stub where I can look at and see the breakdown of how many hours I worked and what my pay rate is per hour, and if there's any kind of bonuses going on, and what they were, and how much we're taking out for federal income taxes, how much is taken out for state income taxes, how much is taken out for Social Security. and kind of see the breakdown of it. And yeah, I haven't seen that. I'd like to see that. I don't really know. And I suppose maybe I should check that out when I'm riding this bus that I'm going to be riding a little bit here. Check that out and see what my see if I can find it. I would imagine it can't be too hard to find in the A to Z app, but so far when I open that app, like, I know where my schedule is. I know where to see my schedule. I think I've noticed where to request time off. Like, there's some things I figured out. The main thing I figured out is where incoming messages are, which has become kind of a bit of an annoyance, because 9 out of 10 messages are just informing me that somebody at the warehouse has been positively tested to have COVID. Whoop-de-fucking-do, someone has the flu. It's such a big place, like, the odds of it having any effect on me are slim to none. Wow. Those 3 people just jaywalked across 46th Street, and that guy had to slam on his brakes because he nearly hit them because he wasn't paying attention where he was driving. Wish I'd have caught that on video. So I'm not sure how long I'm waiting for the bus here, but I do see a person there waiting, so I'm assuming it's going to happen pretty quick. So anyway, I got my first payment. To be honest, it's more than I was anticipating, and that's mostly because I didn't even try to do the math. I'm not even 100% sure how much I make an hour, because I guess some of it is a temporary incentive that's being added to my hourly rate. And when I applied, like, I guess I saw, I don't know. I'm confused, overwhelmed by it. I mean, I'm still happy with whatever, you know. Hey, there's money, but yeah, I would kind of like to see a breakdown of it. Anyway, there's somebody waiting here for the bus, so I think we're just gonna wrap this up. I want to check the app and see if this is. Oh shit! There's my bus right there. Hello.